Fake one way, Fields stumbling. Trying to cut it back. Justin Fields making magic happen. There goes Fields. Touchdown! DeMar DeRozan delivers! And a Wagner. DeRozan!
Watch your head, oh Kiki. Get up or get out the way.
DeMar can still elevate.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the channel. On to go Chicago Sports with your boy Mike B. Got a very special guest today. I'm gonna welcome my boy Mack. I know a lot of you guys remember his face. Thank you for joining the channel today.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Anytime. So, how you feeling today, man, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Out here living like everybody else, man. I'm doing good.
I know that's right. But before we get into all the good stuff, I want to ask you, where did your Chicago Bulls fandom come from?
Man, truthfully, it came from my mom. My mom was a huge Bulls. Well, she was a huge Michael Jordan fan back like his rookie year. So when I started playing basketball back in the fourth grade, that's all I would hear off, man.
Right. That's lovely. So have you ever been to Illinois, or you kind of your fandom grew outside of like the Illinois, Chicago area?
I never lived there, but I've been. Next year, it'll be me and my girl. We're gonna go to one of the Bulls games, first time ever. But I've never been to a game. I've been to Soldier Field, and I've been to Navy Pier.
Yeah,
but I've
Navy
never
Pier.
actually been to Chicago to go sports. Yeah. So yeah.
See, things like that I love hearing. I love talking to people who wasn't like born in Illinois, becoming a Chicago fan. I think that's dope. I like hearing stories like that. Just hearing how you know you was fascinated about a team that wasn't like your home state team. Because if I'm not mistaken, you are in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Florida now, but I was born and raised in Ohio. Like my whole
Ohio.
family is either Cleveland Browns fans or Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
So
and then Cavs for
yeah,
basketball.
you choose the right team for the Bulls, because you know the Cavs really they had one championship from by LeBron James, but outside I think the Bulls been still kind of the better last 20 years. How come you didn't like fall to like the Browns or the Cavaliers or the Indians and other those Cleveland teams? Or maybe the Magics, Dolphins, or those
I
teams?
think who's winning or who's the hot new thing. And man, you know, in 80s, late 80s, early 90s, you didn't get no better than Michael Jordan. And then for football, man, you had the Super Bowl shuffle, man. Nobody else had. They didn't have a music video.
Yeah, that's dope. That's one thing I wish I was born from, so I can, I would have witnessed that firsthand. Because looking on it, as a young guy, because I'll be 30 next year, but I go back and do my history and watch things like that. And man, it looked like you guys had a fun time. The '85 Bears and the whole Chicago Bulls dynasty. I just want to just be there for one parade or just one party just to experience that, man. I think, man, I can't wait till my time come where I can go out and just and celebrate, man.
It was unreal, man. It was unreal. Every time, like, first of all, the Bulls was on TV every day. You didn't have to be in Chicago to catch the Bulls game because the world wanted to see Mike. So we never missed a game.
So, do you watch any other, like, your other teams, your home state teams, or you just strictly watch Chicago sports?
I'll watch, but I'll stay as far as pros, I'm all Chicago. I'm a huge Ohio State Buckeye fan, the Ohio State Buckeye fan, and I'll stay with Ohio State. But most of the pro sports is all Chicago.
So I know we're gonna talk Bulls, but you brought up Ohio State. So what are your thoughts on QB1 Justin Fields?
I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I went nuts draft night when we got him. I'm just not a fan. We don't seem to be giving him weapons. I mean that man has supreme talent, but he can't do it all himself.
I
But
would
I gotta
love to,
trust the process.
for sure. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But hopefully you can return again. We can dive in some Bears new. But right now, I just want to touch up on some Bulls because we can talk both teams. We probably be sitting around here for an hour and a half. So I tried to
Oh
just do
man,
it to
yeah.
one team. So my next thing I want to talk about is the whole Stacey King thing because from my point of view, I was watching the game, and then I seen it, and then when they was talking about the jersey, to me I was like that's got to be a throwback jersey, because it looked to me looked like it was a throwback classic jerseys that you like in your town you may have seen, and they upgrade the jerseys throughout the years. That's my whole thought about it. But I end up seeing a reaction, and you took it like a champ. You didn't really pout about it or go into social media and trash Stacey King. So I liked your reaction about the whole
Nah.
thing. Most people would have probably reacted differently. So what was going through your mindset, like when you found out that everything that happened?
First off, the jersey is real. The jersey, people don't understand that I got that jersey probably early '90s, and Mitchell and Ness wasn't.
Yeah,
So that jersey was bought from. So second, I thought it was funny, man. What they were saying was hilarious to me, and I had no idea it was even going on because we were at the game live.
yeah.
I had family calling me, telling me that I'm on TV, and hey, man, they got for Stacey and Adam because they actually sent a Bulls representative to find us in the stands to get my information and everything, and still I didn't know why, but they didn't have to, but they reached out to me personally, and he said I got a couple jerseys. My girl got some free jerseys. Like she didn't even have part of it. She got free jerseys. The Bulls, the Bulls sent me Chicago Bulls gear, a piece of the hardwood floor from the first championship, and all types of stuff. And just the love that I've been getting has been. I'm a Bulls fan, man. We
Yeah,
we stronger than that. We got tough skin. But he never
facts.
gave me the option. He never gave me the opportunity to roast him back. I'm still waiting on that.
I'm curious to see what you would have said to him. I think that'd be a cool little because Stacey King is hilarious too.
He's funny, man.
So I think that'd be some good content you two. But yeah, I think that was to me watching that home. I think I was laughing. It was even more funny when I seen you looking at your phone, and then y'all kind of like, oh snap, that's me. And I was
We
like,
were
oh man, like they got bro. He just now noticing. But man, that was a real cool moment. I'm glad that what you said they gave you. That's a lot. That's some love right there, especially a out of town Bulls fan. It's a lot of Bulls
and
fans all across the world. So I'm
have
glad.
to. They didn't have
I want to say
to give me anything. Like you
right,
know what I mean?
right,
Like I was cool with just being on TV.
yeah.
Like I was cool with that. So
See, I'm kind of happy that in a good way it happened to you because you got the chance to feel the love from Chicago being 100 miles away. So I'm kind of happy it happened to you. It
right.
was good for TV and stuff like that. Like you said, they ain't really have to do that, but they did it anyways. And hopefully, once you do come to a game, they'll probably show you more. So I'm going to
I hope
be
so, because
interested.
trust me, I will let them know I'm there. I will let
Yeah,
them know I am there.
and I'll be watching. So did anything change after that moment?
I never have. Just I had probably 10 followers on Twitter, and now I'm close to about almost 8,000 at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah,
It went nuts, man, and just from all over the world, like celebrities and this, that, and the other would have met before. And Stacey
yeah,
King reached out to me all the time. Not even on just that. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? Just checking up and stuff. He's a cool dude, man. He's a real cool
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, that's one of my bucket list of guests. I hope to get on in the near future. So you haven't really, I know, with the whole, you said 10 followers to now, you never really thought to get into like some podcasting or some Bulls content creation with now with a good following.
I've thought about it recently, more experience in it than I am. You know what I mean? Because I've never done it before, but I get asked to do it a lot. So I was thinking maybe
Yeah,
picking up something like at the beginning of the season or preseason when all that stuff picks back up. But that's my dream, man. I would like to do something in sports, man. I got all
yeah,
this useless information.
yeah,
Gotta put it somewhere, man. But
yeah.
yeah. So
I
hopefully in the future I have something.
yeah, I think you'll do great. I only been doing it for 4 months. I'm still, learning as I'm going. It's something that I started to trying to get away of, some other things that was going on in my life. My mother had passed away, so it was something I just wanted to get away, get my mind free, and I just started doing it ever since. So I think
Right.
it's something great to just get away from like real life and just focus on something that you love, which is the Bears and the
Exactly.
Bulls. So that's kind of how I got into it. So let's talk some Bulls, man. Thoughts on last season? Like, what was your thoughts on the from the free agency to the All Star game and to how the season ended?
Well, obviously free agency was huge, huge. I know a lot of people was down on the DeRozan pick buckets. We had a very good, good team. Even with Lonzo, Lonzo plays D, and you ain't gonna find somebody more willing to get somebody an open shot better than him. And then we had a full season with Vooch. The problem happened was just injuries, man.
Yeah,
And people act like that never happened. And then Lonzo went down, Caruso went down, Levine went down. That's three big pieces to our squad, man. So the way it ended was pretty much the only way it could have at that point. Like
yeah,
we were game. I was happy with. You know what? We made it to the playoffs. Haven't been there in a while. We announced it. Now I'm eager and can't wait for a full season, hopefully healthy with this squad. Because basically, I was telling my brother this the other day because he's everybody talk trash about us last year. This year is pretty much how I'm taking like DeRozan is a free agent now to me. We just got him. Just got a full season with them is what we need to blend and mesh, and we gonna be all right, man. Definitely a top four seed.
yeah. I completely agree with you. I kind of expected the Lonzo signing to happen because it was talked about heavily. DeMar DeRozan caught me off guard. I was not expecting DeMar DeRozan. Um, the first preseason games, I was like, man, we may got something, and
Right.
they came out hot. Patrick went down, kind of like, but we still can do something. I would have loved to see Patrick take that step, but I'm hoping he do it in year 3. And man, I think I was on cloud nine that whole season up until the injuries. My favorite Bulls season was the MVP Rose season, and I felt that again with
Oh,
this team for this season. So that's why I was just I'm happy I started doing this right towards the end of the season, either than it end the way I wanted. Man, I was happy for this whole season from start to finish. So man, I'm
same.
excited for going forward.
We just gotta watch injuries, and we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with Kobe White.
Yeah,
I would love to get something done so he's just not, you know what I mean? He's out there as a lame duck.
yeah,
You know, you don't. Nobody wants to be somewhere where they're not wanted, and that's gotta. I know he a grown man. He a millionaire. That's gonna affect him. So if we want him and we gonna keep him, let's let him know.
yeah. I think they kind of trying to test Kobe White and see, hey man, this is in your hands. If you want this money, it's yours. It's yours to even to gain or to lose. So that's how I think this season will go.
I feel what you're saying until we got Gordon Dragic.
Mm, yeah,
That's like, you know what I mean? Like that's a proven vet. You know, because now it's like, all right, what do we do with Kobe? We're guard heavy.
yeah.
We're guard heavy. So we got to figure something out. But and I'm gonna sit back and trust the process.
Same here, but the reason why Kobe is he's the best scoring option off the bench. So that's why the Dragic signing didn't really affect my opinion of Kobe White, because I think Dragic probably an overall better point guard, maybe because he's you're veteran. I don't think he go out there and give you 20 like Kobe can. So that's kind of where I
Mm-hmm.
follow with that. But
I feel you, but if we put them both out at the same reference, so we got to figure out, or at least figure out the rotation to where you know what I mean. We can't have them two in the backcourt. Like we can put up some
oh
buckets,
no.
but they gonna match us because Kobe and Dragic. Everybody remember what Derrick Rose did to Dragic.
And I know for a fact he gonna get asked that question. His first presser. I can't wait. I wonder who it's gonna be. My guess, Casey Johnson. Speaking of Dragic, what's your thoughts on this offseason, the moves they make? We signed Andre Drummond, brought back Derrick Jones Jr. They draft Dalen Terry. So what your thoughts on the Bulls offseason? Did you feel like they did enough?
But then you got to kind of step back and look at it from their standpoint because they really didn't see a full season of what they did last year.
Mm,
That team, again, people forget that team was first with a health, and New Jersey was healthy, still first. We were beating those teams. We had trouble with some of the top teams in the West, but we were still beating the top teams in the East at full strength. So we got a better rebounder, like bringing Drummond off the bench is big because Drummond can get you 10, but that's a good pickup for the bench. And I think they just wanted to run it back to see what they had as far as what they put together last year before trying to blow anything up. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with
yeah,
it.
that's what I think as well. I think this probably be the season where if this team can stay healthy, they're gonna evaluate. And let's say this team stay healthy and they kind of underperformed, and I may think AK may be like, we need to make another move to get to that level. You don't want to just trade another player and there's no continuity, like AK said plenty of times. So I think it's good to run this unit back because like they performed well last season. Injuries got the best of us. Let's see what another season. Um, a healthy Patrick Williams, Vooch can finally fall back into that third role, and let's see what this team got. So I feel you. I'm on the same. I feel the same exact way as you, bro. So
Right.
I'm eager for the season to start.
Absolutely.
So my next question to you. I know you said you're a Bulls fan. You're a Bears fan. Which Chicago teams win the next championship? I
Whew.
know it's a tough one.
Uh, man, can we add in the WNBA? Because the sky is
I think
the
that yeah, that's gonna be even
limit.
easier than even answer. I'm trying to make it hard for you.
I would have to say, the Bulls. I think the Bears have. I'm looking at the Bears as a 2-3 year process, man. Because first of all, we got to show some better offensive weapons than what we got. So,
Yeah,
so this year, I think that's where the Browns messed up with Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? They just got him all those toys and he couldn't play. So he had all those weapons, and Fields is better than Baker Mayfield. So I think we need to surround him with some weapons. I think the Bulls are right there, and anything can happen in basketball. Injury, and
yeah,
I hope nothing happens, but an injury to Giannis, to KD, opens the East wide up. Opens that
yeah.
East, and the West beat up on each.
I think both teams. It's kind of hard for me to say because, like I said, I think the NFL is you can get hot in the season like the Bengals, so that's why I kind of trying to lean towards the Bears. Like you said, we can get Justin that weapon and just go on a run. But I think the Bulls are closer to winning the championship just because I like the roster. You said anything can happen, injury can go down to Giannis, KD, and that can sway to the Bulls' way. So I'm going with you. I'm going Bulls, but the Bears do sound kind of good, but I think they're a year or two away.
We look nice, man. I hope we can figure out how to keep Smith. I don't want
Yeah,
Rokan to go. I don't want him to go nowhere. We need
facts.
that identity. I'm wearing a Khalil Mack jersey right now because I refuse his shoes.
And can't go wrong with Khalil Mack. But speaking of Giannis, did you hear his take on probably coming to Chicago?
I did, man. That's just first of all, Peter Porter and Giannis is very proper and very nice. By the time we get Giannis, he gonna be in year 42. It's not gonna be Giannis anymore. That man is gonna stay in Milwaukee. But if there's a possibility,
Hey, I think Giannis my favorite NBA player. That's not a Bull. So I would love it. I would welcome him with open arms. The Giannis jersey I have would definitely go in the trash can. I would go get a Bulls Giannis jersey. So I got two more questions for you, and we can wrap it up. Since you're a Bears fan, who your top four favorite Bears player? It could be past, present.
Chicago. Okay. Top. You said top four.
Yeah, your favorite four, or if you only want to do a Mount Rushmore for your Bears and the Bulls. The Bulls is my next question, so we can do both.
All right. I'll do the Bears first. Not many people might remember him, but remember the running back Neil Anderson? Dude,
I was born, in the '90s. Anything before 2000, I probably won't. Uh,
right. Right.
unless he was,
Well, Neil
a major
Anderson.
player.
He was he was major player for his year. Devin Hester, love Hester. Peanut, and even though he left us, man, Mack. Khalil Mack is the first sports player that allowed me to buy a jersey of my favorite team and have my name on the back. That's my 4 for the Bears.
I'm kind of shocked that no Walter Payton, no refrigerator, no Dicker, McMahon.
I mean, they don't get me wrong. Growing up in sports, I met not a lot of Chicago fans, but there was enough of us to where I didn't just want to go with what everybody else is going with. I mean, if we really sat down, we had to put some money down. Number one's gonna be Peyton, Singletary, like you said, Richard. We're good, but not like national. Like nobody's gonna say Neil Anderson, but Neil Anderson rushed for 1,000 yards in 7 straight seasons, and he could catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then
I
Devin
get what
Hester
you're
is
saying.
Devin Hester. You know, Peanut was good too. Yeah, yeah.
I
Of
trust
course.
me. I get what you're saying. You basically the underrated Bears, people Bears that you wouldn't expect to be on a list. Yeah, I fuck with it.
Right. And that comes from older family members of mine. Was like, "Oh, you a Bears fan? Tell me team," and getting to know the team. So, yeah.
So let's go Bulls.
Well, of course, Michael Jordan, Scotty, Michael Scotty. I'm gonna go with B.J. Armstrong because
Mhm.
after B.J., Steve Kerr is big for me, and who else? I have to go with Ron Harper, man. Now I can go
Nice.
on and on, but Ron Harper for me only because when he played for the Cavs, then when he came to us, I was like, all right, man, he plays hard, he's good. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's one of those moments, man. So
Yeah.
that's my Mount
That's
Rushmore.
Ron Harper's a player who really found the role and thrived in it because he was putting up numbers before he got to the Bulls. BJ Armstrong is another underrated player. I didn't watch too much, like I said, but I watched a lot of past games, and BJ don't get talked about a lot. Of course, we know Steve Kerr, and of course we know Michael and Pippen. So that's a good list.
Now I'm gonna catch a lot of heat. Probably the third Chicago Bulls player whose jersey I actually bought. I had a Michael jersey, I had a Pippen jersey, and then when MVP year, I got a Derrick Rose jersey. Derrick Rose was a beast, but I tend to go towards more of the retro.
Yeah, which is understandable for me. Who Derrick Rose probably the player who made me like love the Bulls and care about the Bulls. Before Derrick Rose, I just watched the Bulls because it was my dad's favorite team, Chicago team. So I just really watched the Bulls. Derrick Rose made me fall in love with the Bulls, and Derrick Rose always gonna
Right.
be in my top four.
I don't think Derrick Rose don't get enough credit for bringing. we were pretty bad. Like
Yeah,
I was defending them left and right. Like we'll be back, but Derrick Rose brought him back, and he brought him back quick.
yeah, for
So
sure.
we don't get enough credit for that. That man's the man. I hope we get him back eventually. He needs to retire at Chicago.
Yeah, I think he will. My last question, I just came up with another question. We got Zach, we got Patrick, we got DeMar. What who on this Bulls roster will probably got potential to be up there with the likes of Michael Jordan, Derrick Rose? Like, is it Zach? What do Zach got to do to get up there, or can DeMar get there, or Patrick Williams? Who you believe got the best chance to be up there with the great Bulls that came through?
I'd lean more towards Zach because Zach was here first. You know what I'm saying? DeMar came because Zach was here. Same with the rest of them. So if Zach can go on a run, not even give us a title. A title would seal it, I think, and Zach will be the one to get a threat every year. I think it would have to be Zach with DeMar real on them coattails. You close, he'll be now. If DeMar, if we get there and DeMar just beasting it, like have you seen him in the summer league? He killing it right now. Now, if he bring that DeMar, right now I lean more towards Zach.
Yeah, I'll say Zach as well. I think Zach is already in the middle, but if we can get 4 more, he on a 5-year deal, 3 to 4 All-Stars, some deep playoff runs, and I think that will get him up there a notch under Rose. An MVP can probably be maybe close, but Derrick Rose from Chicago, so I don't think he can knock Derrick Rose. But a champion, Zach, he's the guy. Give him a trophy. Give him everything.
Because, but we got Vooch because we had Zach. We got DeMar because we had Zach. We was building around Zach.
Yeah.
So right now he's that centerpiece. Now if something happened and we got rid of him and we would build around DeRozan, then it would flip flop. But I don't think we get DeMar trajectory before DeRozan. But
yeah,
if it brings me a title, I don't care who it is, man.
For real. But thank you, my brothers, for tuning in today. We've been talking about this for a good while. I've been under the weather. As you probably can see, my voice is still trying to get better. But man, I want to say, man, I appreciate you coming by, man. For real.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. We'll talk again about the Bulls, about Bears, man.
For sure. Want to tell the people where they can find you at?
Absolutely. Look for me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter now at Mclendon Mack, or find me on Instagram. I believe it's Little Mac World. You'll find me all over the place. I'm on TikTok. Shoot, man. Shoot. But yeah, follow me. I usually follow back, and go Bears, man.
For real. And all his stuff's gonna be in the description, so you can just click it and go check my boy out. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this great interview. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friend, check out the interview, man. It's your boy Mike, my man's Mack. Be safe, Chicago. Peace.
And you want me to go high, so